Let's write all conclusions at one place in this page here. The value of cos theta between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. For 0 degrees and 90 degrees, cos theta value decreases from 1 to 0, and in the second quadrant between 90 degrees and 180 degrees, cos theta decreases from 0 to -1, from 180 degrees to 270 degrees, cos theta increases from -1 to 0, and from 270 degrees to 360 degrees, cos theta value increases from 0 to 1. So the limits of cos theta are -1 and +1, just like limits of sin theta are -1 and +1. Cos theta value changes from -1 to +1. So in the first two quadrants, the value of cos theta is decreasing, and in the third and fourth quadrants, the value of cos theta is increasing. Let's draw a graph and understand this. Let's get graphical understanding of this. Let's say these are x-axis and y-axis. This is the origin of the coordinate system. On x-axis you have theta. On y-axis you have cos theta. We are studying graphically how cos theta is changing as theta is changing. For theta is equal to 0 degrees, we know the value of cos theta is equal to 1. Cos theta value is +1 for theta is equal to 0 degrees. Okay. And for theta is equal to 90 degrees, the value of cos theta becomes 0. So for theta is equal to 90 degrees. Let me call this angle as theta is equal to 90 degrees. And for theta is equal to 180 degrees, cos theta value is -1. So the point is here. This is -1. For theta is equal to 180 degrees. And for theta is equal to 270 degrees, cos theta value is again 0. For 360 degrees, cos theta value is +1. This is 270 degrees. And for 360 degrees, cos theta value is equal to +1. Alright, now let's look at the behavior of cos theta here between these angles. What is happening from 0 degrees to 90 degrees? Cos theta is decreasing from +1 to 0. From 90 degrees to 180 degrees, cos theta further decreases from 0 to -1. From 180 degrees to 270 degrees, the value of cos theta increases from -1 to 0. From -1 to 0. From 270 degrees to 360 degrees, cos theta value increases from 0 to 1. This is what happens inside one cycle. So look at the graph. As I told you earlier when we were drawing sin theta graph, the shape of the graph is a curve. The shape of the graph is not a straight line. Why the shape of the graph is not a straight line? Why is it a curve? Those things we will discuss when we draw graphs. Okay. So look at the behavior here. Cos theta decreases from 0 degrees to 180 degrees and cos theta increases from 180 degrees to 360 degrees. Let's also draw those identities here. Let's also write those identities here. We got cos 90 degrees minus theta, theta, alpha, beta, whatever, is equal to sine theta. Cos 90 degrees plus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Cos 180 degrees minus theta in the second quadrant is equal to minus cos theta. And in the third quadrant, cos 180 degrees plus theta is equal to minus cos theta, and cos 270 degrees minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. In the fourth quadrant, cos 270 degrees plus theta is equal to plus sine theta. Cos 360 degrees minus theta is equal to plus cos theta. In the fourth quadrant, cos theta is positive. In the first quadrant also cos theta is positive. Whereas in the second and third quadrants, in the second and third quadrants, cos theta is negative. Okay. Similarly, we can also discuss what happens to the values of tan theta as theta changes from 0 to 360 degrees in those four cases: first quadrant, second quadrant, third and fourth quadrant. Okay. I will not discuss the details because you already have come to know how to find out whether sine theta, cos theta or tan theta increasing, whether it is increasing, whether it is positive or negative. Those things you have come to know how to find out. Okay. Now let's discuss for tan theta, how tan theta changes as angle theta changes in different quadrants. Just like we do in every case, let's draw unit circle. Now we are discussing between 0 degrees and 90 degrees. Between 0 degrees and 90 degrees, let's discuss how tan theta changes as angle theta changes. So draw x-axis, y-axis, take center of the circle at origin. Draw a right angle triangle in the first quadrant. If you draw a right angle triangle in the first quadrant, look at x and y. As theta increases from 0 degrees to 90 degrees, y increases, x decreases. As theta increases, y increases and x decreases. You know tan theta is equal to y by x, the ratio of opposite side to adjacent side, the ratio of height to base. So y increases, x decreases. The numerator increases, denominator decreases. So what happens to the value of tan theta? Tan theta also increases. Tan theta increases. At theta is equal to 90 degrees. When theta becomes equal to 90 degrees, x becomes equal to r and y becomes equal to r and x becomes equal to 0. So what happens to the ratio? At theta is equal to 0 degrees, x is equal to r, y is equal to 0. When theta is 0 degrees, the adjacent side is equal to r, opposite side is equal to 0. When theta becomes 90 degrees, x becomes 0, y becomes r. So tan 0 degrees is equal to 0, tan 90 degrees is equal to infinity. Mathematics teachers or students might say undefined, but in physics there is nothing undefined. So what we would say is, as theta comes closer and closer to 90 degrees, the value of tan theta becomes larger and larger, approaches infinity. So tan 90 degrees is equal to infinity. Tan 90 degrees is infinity, but in the second quadrant, look at the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, look at the right angled triangle. In the first quadrant, tan theta changes from 0 to minus 1, 0 to infinity. Tan theta is changing from 0 to infinity. As theta increases from 0 degrees to 90 degrees, tan theta increases from 0 to infinity. In the second quadrant, x is negative, y is positive. X is negative, y is positive. So in the second quadrant, tan theta is negative, numerator is positive, denominator is negative. So tan theta is negative. In the second quadrant, tan theta is negative. In the second quadrant, as theta approaches 90 degrees, x becomes smaller and smaller, but x is negative. X is negative. The denominator is negative, and it is becoming small, its magnitude becoming smaller and smaller. It means as theta approaches 90 degrees, tan theta approaches minus infinity. That's the conclusion we come to. As theta as theta approaches 90 degrees from above angles, okay, tan theta approaches minus infinity. As theta approaches 90 degrees from below angles, tan theta approaches plus infinity. Maybe using the calculator you find out the value of, in order to understand what I am just saying now, find out the value of tan 89.99 degrees. You will get a large positive value. This angle is close to 90 degrees, okay, but below 90 degrees. This angle is above 90 degrees. You will get a large negative value. So for angle greater than 90 degrees, x is negative. Okay, so that is why tan theta approaches minus infinity as theta approaches 90 degrees in the second quadrant. In the first quadrant, tan theta approaches plus infinity as theta approaches 90 degrees. Okay, similarly, in the similar way, in the third quadrant, you will get x negative, y also negative. Y below negative y axis, below x axis. X is left side of y axis. X is negative, y is also negative. Numerator is negative, denominator is negative. So in the third quadrant, tan theta is positive. Right. 0 to tan 180 degrees is 0. But theta is equal to 90 degrees. This is fine. But tan 180 degrees is equal to 0 because y becomes a 0. So in the third quadrant changes, the value of tan theta changes from 0 to plus infinity. In the third quadrant, tan theta is positive. Similarly, you can understand what happens in the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant, x is positive, y is negative, so tan theta is negative. Tan theta is negative in the fourth quadrant. Okay, and it changes from minus infinity to 0. Okay, you can find out. What about those identities? We know sine 90 degrees minus theta is equal to cos theta, cos 90 degrees minus theta is equal to sine theta. So tan 90 degrees minus theta, the ratio of these two left hand sides, look at equation 1, equation 2. Okay, divide equation 1 with equation 2. Sine 90 degrees minus theta divided by cos 90 degrees minus theta is equal to what? Tan 90 degrees minus theta. And on the right hand side, cos theta divided by sine theta. What are we getting? Cot theta. Similarly, we know you can write for all other values. Sine 90 degrees plus theta is equal to cos theta. Cos 90 degrees plus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Write down the ratio of these two equations. Sine 90 plus theta divided by cos 90 plus theta. What are we getting? Tan 90 degrees plus theta. On the right hand side, we are getting minus cot theta. Sin theta by cos theta is tan theta. Cos theta by sin theta is cot theta. So tan 90 degrees plus theta is equal to minus cot theta. Similarly, you can write also others relations. I'll write one more. Sine 180 degrees, sine 180 degrees minus theta is equal to sine theta plus sine theta. Second quadrant, sine positive. Similarly, cos 180 degrees minus theta is equal to minus cos theta. Write down the ratio. You don't have to memorize these relations. Divide these two equations. Left hand side, sine 180 degrees minus theta divided by cos 180 degrees minus theta. You will get tan 180 degrees minus theta. On the right hand side, it is minus sine theta divided by cos theta, tan theta. So like this you can write tan 270 degrees plus theta, tan 360 degrees minus theta, tan 180 degrees plus theta, and so on. Look at this interactive unit circle. If you look at this interactive unit circle, look at this right angled triangle. What is the value of this right angled triangle equal to? What is the value of ratios? Look at the values of ratios here. Sine 6 degrees. This angle is 6 degrees. Now decrease the angle. as you keep decreasing the angle, look at the opposite side y. Opposite side is decreasing, y is decreasing, x is increasing. Now as theta increases, look at the green line. Green line is the vertical side or y. Blue line is the horizontal side or x. As theta increases, length of green line increases, length of the blue line decreases. Horizontal line increases, horizontal line decreases, vertical line increases. Look at sine 87 degrees value 0.999, cos 87 degrees value 0.052, tan 87 degrees 19.081. As angle becomes 90 degrees, as angle becomes 90 degrees, sin theta becomes 1, cos theta becomes 0, tan theta becomes infinity. You can see tan, you can find out tan 80, here you have seen, right, and 90 degrees and 87 degrees was shown here. Find out tan 89 degrees, use calculator. Tan 89 degrees, calculate tan 89.9 degrees, calculate tan 89.99 degrees. See what are the values that you are getting. The values are increasing. Tan 89 degrees maybe is equal to around 57 or 58, but tan 89.9 becomes greater than 570, its value. Tan 89.99 becomes greater than I don't know, it may be 5,000, more than 5,000 or 6,000. So as theta changes, look from this interactive circle, look how y and x are changing. In the second quadrant, x is negative, y is positive. In the third quadrant, x is negative, y is also negative. In the fourth quadrant, x is positive, but y is negative. This is the graph drawn between theta, sin theta, cos theta and tan theta. Blue line is cos theta graph, green line is sin theta graph, and this grey color lines, I don't know if you can see or not, the grey color lines are tan theta graphs. You know, tan theta increases from 0 to infinity. Tan theta, look at this grey color line, as angle increases from 0 degrees to 180 degrees, tan theta is increasing from 0 to 1 plus infinity. And here minus infinity to 0 between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. 0 to plus infinity in the third quadrant. Okay, minus infinity to 0 in the fourth quadrant. That is tan theta graph. Blue line is cos theta graph. You can also see how cos theta, sin theta, tan theta are changing on the graph. Look at the graph. Cos theta value, sin theta value. Theta increases, cos theta is decreasing, sin theta is increasing, theta decreases. Look at the green line, green dot and blue dot. Blue dot is coming down, green dot is going up, sin theta is increasing, cos theta is decreasing. In the second quadrant, Sine theta is positive, but cos theta is negative. Look at the green dot and blue dot on the screen. Sine theta is positive, cos theta is negative. Sine theta is positive, cos theta is negative. For theta is equal to now 180 degrees. Sine theta becomes 0, cos theta becomes minus 1. In the third quadrant, cos theta is increasing, but sine theta is decreasing. For 270 degrees, cos theta becomes 0, sine theta becomes minus 1. Okay, so look at the graph and how this is changing. Okay, so in the first quadrant, sine theta is positive, cos theta is positive, tan theta is positive, because in the first quadrant, x is positive, y is positive. Y is positive, x is also positive. So in the first quadrant, sine theta is positive, cos theta is positive. Since sine theta, cos theta are positive, the ratio, which is tan theta, is also positive. Sine theta divided by cos theta is positive. In the second quadrant, x is negative, y is positive. So sine theta is positive, cos theta is negative. In the third quadrant, y is negative, x is also negative. That is why these two are positive. But the ratio, numerator is negative, denominator is negative. The ratio tan theta is positive. In the third quadrant, x is positive, but y is negative. So sine theta is negative, cos theta is positive. So the ratio tan theta is negative because numerator is negative. Okay, you don't have to memorize which of the functions are positive, which of the functions are negative, in which quadrants. Okay, you can understand if x is positive, adjacent side is positive, so cos theta is positive. If x is negative, adjacent side is negative, cos theta is negative. If y is positive, adjacent side of opposite side of this angle is positive. So if y is negative, opposite side of the angle is negative. That's how you will come to know. So this is all logic, mathematical logic. You don't have to memorize, you don't have to mug up these things. Okay, if you mug up using some tricks or techniques, some mnemonics, you will only remember up to exams. But if you understand what is happening, you will remember it for life.